Hey guys, I'm Jeremy, the founder of Mind Above Counseling and also the founder of Set Ready, a veteran-founded nonprofit that serves veterans and military families. Today I wanted to make a special video in honor of the date that you need to know. June 19th, or also known as Juneteenth. June 19th, 2020 has a renewed interest in Juneteenth becoming a national recognized holiday. So, a lot of it right now is focused on the Black community and the current tensions and injustice experienced. Juneteenth, if you go back in history, has so much significance that you really need to know.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm a history nerd if you don't know that. So I thought that this would be a good little video to talk about it, to kind of connect the dots to mental health, because sometimes we really forget what our history truly is, and we don't really understand or conceptualize how it's affected a whole race, a culture, an experience, and an existence. So let's go back in time. 1863, January 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation is put in place by President Lincoln. It is often seen as Lincoln's effort to free the slaves, but it was also a military strategic arm. The Union Army was implementing it as a way to dissolve the workforce of the southern states in the Confederacy. Without slaves, a lot of people's cash flow is going to be affected because they're not getting the production of their crops, their work, etc. That was one of the big uses for it. Another use for it is that as the soldiers continue to press into the Confederate States so they could let the slaves know that they are free and to allow them to escape, start a new life, etc. So let's keep going. 1863, January of 1863 is Emancipation Proclamation. January 31st, 1865, the 13th Amendment is signed, and that states officially the abolishment of slavery in the United States. However, June 19th, if you're paying attention, that's months later than when that officially became an amendment. June 19th, 1865, General Granger arrived in Galveston with approximately 2,000 Union soldiers, and they came to the state and they realized that slavery was continuing unchecked. So I'm from Texas, and I love Texas history, and I love history, period. There's good history and there's bad history, and there's some history that we wish we could change, but unfortunately we can't. In Texas was a haven for slavery. When the Union soldiers were pressing forward, you got to remember, this is a foot march across the United States. They did not make it to Texas in forces like they did other states. So a lot of slaves were actually transported, moved from other states like Georgia all the way to Texas so they could continue to live in slavery. Texas was such a stronghold for slavery that 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, you had people actively put into slavery. Some of these people had already heard of the Emancipation Proclamation. Some of them had heard about the 13th Amendment, but yet they were forced to continue to exist in slavery. When General Granger made an official order on June 19th, 1865, he made a point to spread across the state of Texas that all slaves were free. The estimates show about 250,000 slaves in the state were affected by this order. So in the state of Texas, if you're a nerd or your history memory is great, then you know June 19th, and you've known it for a long time as a celebration of the end of slavery in the state of Texas. So with renewed interest at a national level, there's a push to make it a national holiday to signify the freedom of the Black community in the United States. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a fantastic idea, and I think it should allow us all to experience a renewed investment in our own history of the United States and our understanding of the importance and significance of what people had to endure to survive. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to this, and I really hope you pick up a book, e-reader, a tablet, some kind of device, and learn about the history more than just face value. I wish you a great week, and I thank you very much, and I hope you celebrate Juneteenth as well as you can. Thanks.